Hey guys. So being foot specialists, we definitely get a lot of questions about bunions. And bunions are bony prominences at the base of the big toe, and oftentimes caused by improper footwear or genetics. And as much as bunions can hurt when there's pressure on them, more of a bigger problem is actually the hallux valgus, or angling of the big toe, that oftentimes goes along with it. Now a hallux valgus, hallux actually meaning the big toe, and valgus meaning that angling of the toe, that can be much more problematic because it means the joint is not bending the way it should, and that can lead to arthritic changes in the joint over time. So let's talk about a few things that can be done to help relieve symptoms and prevent bunions and hallux valgus. So let's start with the bunion problem. And like I said before, bunions really only hurt when there's pressure on them. So ideally, it's trying to find ways to take pressure off the bunion, and that starts by trying to find shoes that fit our feet. So ideally, perfect world, we'd find shoes that are nice and square up near the ends of the toes, so you don't push that toe into a bad angle or put pressure on the bunion. Okay, so assuming we're not always going to be wearing the shoes that are maybe the best for our feet, we need to kind of look at ways to unload those less than ideal shoes. One of those ways is using what's called a ball and ring stretcher. And a ball and ring stretcher, most shoe repair shops will have one of these. They put a little bit of stretching cream over the spot where the bunion is on the shoe, put the ball and ring stretcher in overnight, and it stretches out that one area. It can make a really big difference. Different lacing techniques as well can really help. Oftentimes, if we look at the little eyelets, the holes down the front of the shoe, if the lacing goes right down to the bottom, it oftentimes pulls across the spot where the bunion is. So by taking the lacing out and starting up one set of holes, it can really help to unload the bunion. Orthotics are another way to unload troublesome bunion spots. And as we've talked about in previous videos, our goal is to ultimately not have orthotics in all the time. But again, it can be a great way of getting you through a bad pair of shoes for a short period of time, or a certain event where you need to unload that sore spot. So for the hallux valgus problems, for the angling of the big toe, there's all kinds of products available these days that can help to straighten that big toe or prevent it from angling over further. So things like correct toes, valgus straighteners, all those things can help to make a big difference. So finally, take a picture of your toe. Now, it's a very strange photo to have on your phone, but if you're sitting, line up your phone with your knee and take a picture down at your toe. And over time, if you do see that toe starting to angle over a little bit more, you know you really need to do some work to work on that. However, if you are doing some of those things like wearing correct toes or working on better shoes, it's motivating to see the positive changes over time. Thanks for listening, guys, and as always, we'd love to hear back if you have any questions or comments.